January has been a pretty fine month for mobile gaming, and to my own surprise, the month of February happens to be even bigger. Now, this has been nearly a week since our last list, so here's some of the most amazing games you must try at least once, released just this week. Talk about starting off with a bang. First of all, Rust Mobile is coming to kick things off in the most unforgettable way imaginable. Well, for those of you who missed the news, the fan favorite game known for its battles and rags to riches gameplay is finally making its long-awaited way to mobile. It's gonna be a wild ride. Every resource counts and every corner hides potential danger. Besides, this isn't just a survival game, this is Rust packed into your pocket. Now, as much as I really want to, let's not make a big fuss here, just that while the official release is still a ways off, a lucky few will get a taste of it with a closed beta starting February. Just go and visit the game's official website right now. Palman Survival then takes the classic monster catching formula and mixes it with crafting and survival elements. See, basically you capture Pokemons, or in this case Palmons, these wild creatures that aren't just cute, but they can help you in a variety of ways, like assist you with buildings, farmings, and even fighting. The game's world is actually filled with adventure, and the deeper you dive in, the more you realize that taming these rare Palmons isn't just about collecting them, it's about surviving and thriving. Palmon hasn't been around for even a week officially, and it's already downloaded nearly 1 million times. With that being said, the deal with Suicide Guy here is, and don't let the title fool you either, this game is just a super wild ride through these worlds that the protagonist seems to be dreaming. So is it or is it not a dark story about real life struggles? You'll be the judge. In this game, you play as the guy who's trapped in his own wacky dreams, and your job is to figure out how to wake up. It's just packed with bizarre puzzles, crazy graphics, and some seriously weird creatures. You're gonna be tossing items around, driving, and even letting out these occasional burps. With that being said, it's just all about being original and imagination.
Only the world's greatest thief can stop Vile, and that's you.
Now, I bet you thought Common was always the one on the run, right? Well, this time, you're stepping into his shoes, not just another chase, it's just a full-on world-wide puzzle adventure where you're the one solving mysteries, pulling off stealth moves and outsmarting some serious villains. Common Sandiego basically brings the iconic charm into a 3D world, and you're gonna find yourself in famous cities around the globe, cracking codes and taking down Vile with the same wit that made her legendary in the first place. This game is like a mix of education, adventure, and honestly, it's hard to stop playing once you get hooked. With that being said, there's a new police sim game in town with some decent quality, and it's City Police Duty Car Sim. Here to put you right in the middle of chases and real-life law enforcement action. You get to patrol the city in a range of police vehicles from classics to modern SUVs, all while responding to 911 calls and chasing down the criminals. In fact, the driving mechanics of this one are pretty solid, making every pursuit feel intense, and the day and night cycle of it adds some depth. If you're into free roaming or completing missions and challenges, this game brings plenty of ways to live out a good life as a policeman. Anyway, with World of Tank Blitz's Reforged update, which I'm pretty sure most of you have missed it, tank combat just hit a whole new level. First of all, thanks to the upgrade to the Unreal Engine 5, this game is brighter, faster, and smoother, delivering really good visuals and some enhanced physics as well. You can now pick a commander with all new abilities, making every battle feel more personal. Not only that, but to choose from over 600 tanks, each with their own playstyle, and you can customize them with upgrades and skins as well. There's new maps, just a few modes like Low Gravity and Resurrection, and the cherry on the top is actually the ranked battles and the platoons. Don't miss it.
Patch version 0.50 is now available. You can download the update on the modern...
Now, number 7. This has actually been a while since we had our first go with it. It's now finally available worldwide. The first-person shooter multiplayer game, complete with a K, brings together multiple genres in just one sleek cross-platform game hub. Whether you're shooting, racing, or whatever, every game here feels polished and new thanks to the Unreal Engine's photorealism and the varied modes. What really stands out in this one, though, is the player builder that lets you customize your character's traits and abilities. The action is pretty fast with quick 10-minute matches and proximity voice chat that adds a layer of strategy and fun. Plus, the constant updates do keep this game fresh. Dino Hunter then, on the other hand, takes the hunting games to a whole new level by throwing you into a Jurassic World filled with ferocious dinosaurs. This is more than just a shooting game, it's about surviving in wild environments like dense jungles and forest paths. You're gonna be facing all kinds of T-Rexes, massive dinosaurs, raptors, just using a mix of sniping skills and close combat weapons. Each mission gets more intense, testing your strategy and precision, and with stunning visuals and the immersive sounds, you're gonna feel every row and stump. Whether you're hunting from a distance or up close, this game does keep the adrenaline pumping. I want to give a quick shout out to the Valley of the Architects, which not only looks like it could be a standout puzzle adventure game, but one that really looks like it's doing something new in both gameplay and design. So basically in this game, you play as this writer on a quest to uncover the reasons behind a lost architect's design. The elevator-based, which you can see puzzles here seem simple at first, but they evolve in really interesting ways. And what stands out is the fully voiced story, adding a personal touch. The visuals do really look good, and I do wonder myself how well they're gonna translate this one to mobile. The full game is coming out March 7, and it's gonna take you $4. With that being said, as it was the case with the previous game, an Apple Store exclusive right now, this time the world is pretty much falling apart. There's this virus, people are on the brink of survival, and the clock's ticking too. Yeah, basically in this game, which is called U Games or Dark Reckoning, you play as this guy who's on a mission to save his brother and unlock the truth behind this whole mess. And, oh yeah, there's this cure, Vitacure, that can save the infected, but it's a race against bandits, zombies, and the time. This one's all about choices, combat, and the weight of every decision. If you're into survival and action, this one's a total adrenaline rush. Reign of Titans, which we mentioned actually before. This game's about building your ultimate titan and going head-to-head with players all around the world. The game's a mix of card strategy and action, where you start by choosing an element like lava, sea, or dusk to shape your Titan's playstyle, and from there, you're gonna be gathering scrolls, strengthen the attributes, and even hit the marketplace for gear upgrade in the game. The battles are pretty intense, with some really quick decisions and strategy plays making all the difference, and if you're into just competitive gaming, the ranked PvP mode in this game will definitely keep you hooked. At number 12, I think Arik and the Ruined Kingdom is one of the most charming platform puzzle games we've seen so far into the year. This is a fairy or fantasy style puzzle game inspired by the Monument Valley that takes you on this journey through this beautifully crafted low poly setting. You're gonna be playing as this prince, Arik, trying to reunite his family by solving puzzles in deserts, swamps, forests, and all over the place. You're gonna be using powers to manipulate the environment, reverse time, and more. Plus, you can try out the first 8 levels of this game for free, deciding to unlock the full game then. With that being said, though not really in-game footage here, lion survival here actually puts you in the shoes of a zoo lion, and the city is just your jungle. Kinda like the Goat Simulator, although not an open world in nature. It's just a pretty fun, casual, yet intense action game where you hunt citizens to collect meat and level up your lion's stats. You grow stronger, unlock abilities that make you hunting even more brutal. Honestly, the game itself is pretty dynamic and there's plenty of challenges, and if you're into survival sims with dash of comedy or chaos, this one's definitely worth a look. Crunchyroll Kardboard Kings is this unique card shop sim that puts you in charge of running your very own virtual shop. See, if you've ever dreamed of buying, selling, and trading cards, this game has you covered, basically. It's not just about transactions though, you're gonna have to manage the demands of picky customers, all while this bird psychic of yours, just called Giuseppe, guides you through the ups and downs of the business. It does really keep things exciting. This game blends strategy, comedy. It's a pretty good one for card enthusiasts and sim lovers alike. At number 15, we've got here once again Reviver. Though we have mentioned it before, now this game is in its premium form and it is basically a rare gem of a game that blends narrative depth with puzzle mechanics. It's actually a very innovative one too. In the game, you actually play as a butterfly, subtly influencing the lives of two protagonists or lovers from a single room. Every choice, no matter how small, ripples outward, shaping their destinies. It's basically the butterfly effect. It's got the minimalistic visuals that amplify its emotional storytelling, while its time-based puzzles do really keep things exciting. Really good game. It's playable offline. It's roughly 1 GB in size. Number 16, there is Angelica Aster. This is an anime RPG that knows its audience well, I would say. It's not about the visuals though. The beautifully designed characters with their own, each with a different wing, are actually a pretty huge draw. The aerial battles of the game are really flashy, but the real joy actually comes from experimenting with the job mechanics that add depth to the turn-based combat mid-fight. What surprises me the most is the charm of the upgrades of the characters of the game. There are lots of minigames as well, there are puzzles. I would have to say this is not a groundbreaking game, it's just a turn-based RPG classic, but it's a pretty entertaining game that blends action and downtime. It is perfect for fans of anime-style RPGs, definitely worth a try. Oh yeah. Idle Mold is possibly one of the weirdest games I've played recently, but weird in the best way. You grow mold, actual mold, all over your home, harvesting it for profit. It's strangely satisfying actually popping spores around the house and watching the mold expand. With that being said though, the idle mechanics of the game really grows on you, and there's a fun variety of colorful molds to discover, each thriving in different environments. Plus, if you're into quirky games that don't take themselves too seriously, this one's a must try. It's available on Android only right now. Look, we've got over here something called Look, which is basically the digital brilliant adaptation of this puzzle book, sending you into a world of logic puzzles based on the fictional language of the Looks, which are tiny creatures with their own secret codes. This game takes place across 15 different stages or settings, each offering different mechanics and challenges, and it actually stands out with its just pretty much clean black and white art style, the animations, and a lot of puzzles to solve, which is over 150. It's a good game, it's a paid one though, it's rated a 5 out of 5. With that being said, number 19, we have Ashen Veil, which is, I think, one of those games that hits that sweet spot between action and idle gameplay. You're basically thrown into this world where your job is to crush monsters and that's all. Even when you're not playing, your character keeps leveling, so you don't have to grind 24/7. The gear farming is pretty fun too, with tons of upgrades, plus you can show off those slick avatars and pets. It's just a nice mix of intense combat and that chill idle progression vibe. If you're into both, it's definitely worth checking out. Number 20. Exit the Backrooms actually sends you into what seems like a pretty harmless party in the beginning, but things get dark really fast. You're stuck in this endless series of rooms, and while it looks pretty fun with cakes and decorations, well, it really just goes downwards from there. There are some things lurking around, which I'm not going to spoil, and they're not as friendly as it suggests. Your mission is to find a bunch of levers to escape a maze while avoiding these creatures who can hear basically all of your move. The tension actually builds as you race to find the way out. It's just horror wrapped in party vibes, just don't let your guard down. Now, with that being said, I'm pretty sure most of you are already familiar with the auto chess genre, and here's another one to add to your library. Because Auto Chess Mini is an almost lightning-fast strategy game with some intense 150 seconds one-on-one battles. You build a mini army, position your troops, and outsmart the opponents, but the real challenge is predicting their moves and countering with your own strategy. And obviously, with each match, you'll adapt, upgrade your pieces, and exploiting synergies to dominate the field. It's just a quick, fun, and tactical game to flick some brain power anytime, anywhere. And last but not least, Mindframe here is a hidden object puzzle game that feels like a love letter to mystery fans. In fact, the offline gameplay do really make it perfect for cozy nights and long flights per se. There's over 40 really good looking crafted locations. You will uncover hidden objects and solve brain teases that genuinely challenge your detective skills. There's also this guide and bonus chapters that add hours of content. For anybody who loves a good mix of mystery and mental challenge, this game is an absolute delight.